Today, we're making a barbecue chuck roast in the crock pot. You will not miss the sugary barbecue sauce, I promise. If you love barbecue flavor, but you're trying to stay lean, the fastest way to derail is drowning your food in those sugary store-bought sauces. We're going to create the juiciest, tenderest, barbecued flavored beef chuck roast without all the carbs. On this channel, we're about carbless, not starveless. This is the kind of barbecue you can eat straight out of the bowl, or you can put it on a bun. And we only have the crock pot to clean up. Stick with me. Straight out of the bowl. So tender. Out of the park. So if that's you, stick around. And in a minute, I'll show you the two things make the juices taste unreal, that won't spike your glucose and send you into carb overload. Okay, look at this deliciousness already. Oh man, she's gonna be good. See? Not there. All right, if you're eating low carb to stay lean, you already know the pain. You want barbecue, but most barbecue sauces are basically dessert. And it's so easy to just say, well, I'll just have a little, and suddenly you've turned a clean day into a sugar day. So today I'm making a no mess crock pot beef chuck roast that gives you the real barbecue taste without relying on sugary store-bought sauces. A few easy ingredients. First, I take the chuck roast. Chuck is perfect for slow cooking because when it's done right, it turns into a fall apart shred with a fork texture. This is one of those recipes where the crock pot literally does the heavy cooking. And if you guys know me, I want the maximum flavor and the most minimal effort. And if that's you, you're at the right place. I start by coating the roast with olive oil, always. Quick step, but it helps the seasoning stick and keeps the meat from tasting dry. Now for the barbecue flavor. This is where you get big taste without slopping it with tons and tons of sauce. I use Gates barbecue seasoning. If you're from Kansas City, then you definitely know Gates. It's one of those seasonings that instantly gives you the bold, classic barbecue taste, and I love it and grew up with it. And then I add my pepper, my garlic powder, my sea salt. Now here's the low carb part that matters. Instead of pouring sauce, I build the barbecue sauce with my controlled sweetness. I use the Swerve brown sugar, not a lot, just enough to give it that barbecue sweet edge without turning it into a sugar situation. Quick, honest moment though, the Gates barbecue sauce, I was super disappointed. It does have sugar in it. I was like, ugh. So I'm keeping it tight and intentional so I get the flavor without derailing my goals. Now, here's the first thing that replaces the sauce, tomato paste. Real tomato paste. I rub it directly on the roast. This is not to make it taste like tomato. It's to give it the barbecue sauce. And it adds a deep richness, almost like slow cooked barbecue reduction vibe. And you're going to see that with zero mess. Second thing that replaces the sauce is what turns this into while it cooks, the cooking juices. But before we get there, we got to build the flavor base. You know I love butter. Add a little bit of water because you don't need the roast swimming. It's just going to make the liquids cook everything together at this point. The lid goes on. I actually cooked it on high for 6 because I didn't have my glasses on, and don't forget the minced onion. So here's my test. When I flip it over, I can tell it's not going to shred easily, so it's not done. I will put a full description of everything that I use, but you can see the simple ingredients and the end result is a wonderful barbecue. Once it's done and shred tender, I shred it right in the crock pot to keep no mess. And remember I said the second thing that replaces the sauce is the juices? This is why. The liquid in the bottom mixed with all of the ingredients you saw me is not a thick bottled sauce, but it coats the meat and gives it the barbecue satisfaction without the sugar hit. This is the part that keeps you feeling like you're eating real barbecue, because you are, while you're staying on track. I literally spent 45 years thinking fat was the problem, meat was the problem, restricted protein, restricted fat, when it's all sugar. Sugar and carbs are the problem. And this is the channel that believes that, that knows that, and I am a woman, grandmother, living it. Depriving myself, no more. For serving, you can pile it into a bowl and spoon those juices over the top and make it into a sandwich. And if you want the best low-carb way to eat, like an actual barbecue sandwich, put it on a carnivore bun. They hold up, they're filling, and they don't undo your progress. Go watch the carnivore bun recipe next, then come back and build your own barbecue beef sandwich. If you want more low-carb comfort food that tastes like the real thing in a real kitchen without the sugar trap, save this recipe and comment so I know to make more sauces and sugar-free flavor meals. If you want more content like this, click to subscribe and I'll see you on my next video. Take care. Want the best way to eat this, like a true barbecue sandwich? Put it on the carnivore bun. You can check here to this video to see how I made these the first time, and they are the bomb. So good. Look, just like barbecue, without the sugar.